My name is Mike Crosley. I'm a landowner here on the Santee Sioux Nation Reservation. My wife and I farm and ranch cattle and row crops, and then I'm also the land manager for the Santee Sioux Nation. Of course, I was born here, very familiar with the Missouri River and the different tributaries that pour into the Missouri River. The background you can see, we're neighboring Bazile Creek. It's one of the creeks that has aggradation to its stream bed, where the stream bed is actually building up. There aren't much for banks anymore on the Bazile Creek, and so the water often overflows out of its banks, and the ground near the creek is becoming more and more saturated. The Bazile Creek has a problem draining into the Missouri River because it's located at the headwaters of the Lewis and Clark Lake. And that's where, as the sediment comes down the Missouri River and all these other tributaries, the river slows down, deposits its siltation here, and you're seeing the deltas that are created out in the Missouri River. This land right behind me in the back, my wife and I bought this in the early 80s. This was all farm ground, row crop ground that we planted our crops and hay in, and never dreamed that we'd have lakefront property as you see today. This is also happening as far as 5 to 6 miles up the Bazile Creek with many of the tribal lands that I manage. The stream bed is aggregating. The waters are spreading out. It's all becoming wetlands, and we're losing less and less production off of these properties. As this wetlands all gets created, it drives the farmers away from here, so there are less and less people in our communities. The river, it used to be good for boating and fishing, and now it's just becoming deltas out there of just narrow streams, hard to navigate, hard to access. All of our boat docks are getting to where you can't get boats in and out. Our local business that rely on the local farmers to be here year-round, and tourism during those seasons, they're all impacted as this siltation problem gets worse and worse in this area. People are interested in finding out more about our area here and stuff. There are many different websites that are out there, starting with the Knox County Economic Development website. The tribe, Santee Sioux Nation, Dakota.org is another good website to look at. The MSAC website with sedimentation problems is another good website that will give you a lot of information on what happens, good and bad, here in our region on this river.